Hey, in this episode of Operational Excellence, I'm going to talk more about the transformation part of Operational Excellence, a key part for all the leadership to come together. Stay tuned for more. Hello, my name is Johan Mylov. I am the founder and CEO of Lean Dimensions International. I'm here today to talk to you about the system of operational excellence. That is a system, and operational excellence should not be treated as a toolbox. Too many companies do that, and they're happy if people have learned a few tools, but it doesn't really work very well. So in past videos, you can see how I talk about the entire system being a emotional and intelligent, logical way of working. But remember that IQ and EQ equals unity and results. So if you look at it as a system, it helps everybody to align in a better way. There is a video episode earlier that I'm continuing this one where I talk about working on the business and the importance and the steps in there. This video is all about ownership transformation. And it's the bottom part of this triangle. It's a third of it, the whole system. And it requires, I would say, a lot of work on leadership. So transformation is about knowing what culture you want in the future, what type of behaviors you want. Imagine if you have key behavior indicators. If you could somehow find a way to measure behavior, that will help you a lot in the business, because it's all about acting differently. We create new habits, new behaviors that we need to sustain. And in order to understand how to do that, there's a lot of leadership interaction. And leadership needs a lot of attention on every level, on adjusting a little bit how they've been speaking before. Because if you haven't got an operational system, you might have created, not by intention at all, but a lot of disconnections in the business. Meaning that we have functions and we manage a function. I sit in the management team because I am the quality manager, so I watch out for that in the management team. It doesn't work like a functional responsibility in the management team if you're going to build a system. You have to say, as a team, we are running this business together. As personalities, we have different strengths and acceptable weaknesses. So let's work together to put the right person on the right task for us. Then we manage a certain area as well, but it's a secondary thing, because as a management team member, I'm managing the entire business, and I might be acting in one area that I'm not responsible for officially, but my personality will really help if I did it there, for example. So the transformation is about learning how to act differently, how to lead, how to create a sense of urgency, how to build a guiding coalition, how to set up a vision and a strategy that capture the heart, not the text that people can read or know where it is, that means something to people, so they know, okay, I need to act differently now because our vision says this is what we're going to do. That's fantastic if you create that. And you have to be good at communicating, creating a playbook for different events in the business to really get the right type of channel for the communication. So you can't email about everything. You can't have deep dialogues about everything. So you have to separate that in a professional way. You have to be able to empower people as well, right? Giving power to others so they will grow and do things. Because if you as a leader are going to do everything and run and feel you have to do it, otherwise it's not going to be good enough for it to happen, that you have to rethink that. And there's a system for that, and you can check out some other videos on empowerment and the work we do there. It's magnificent, I'm telling you, when you can empower somebody. It's so fulfilling for a person, but for that other person, it's amazing. You have to find some short-term wins. You have to win something so that you keep the energy going. You have to find a way to not give up the process so that you can work on injecting more energy in it and let other people run. And you have to make it stick in the company, right? They have to be kind of bonded into the business, right? If all that happens, you have to start transforming. But also transformation means something more practical, is that the output of teams has to be taken care of. We don't want to blame people for not holding the gains. We want to have a system that holds the game for us. If we run the system, it's going to work. So how do you take the output? So caring for how you close a team is important, because there's a few things you need to do there. 1-point lessons. You have to have some type of indicator so you know if you're holding the gains, and you have to have a process if something goes wrong, what do you do now, and etc. There's a lot of details in that, but also training people to feel that they can own it and transform the ownership of the output from the teams to the line organization, because they now have new standards, new targets to meet here that should be easier to meet because of the improvements we have done, right? That should happen over here. This is called the working in the business side, the performance control system. But the ownership then is there to build the whole process of change and get people involved and not be afraid of using your emotional intelligence to do it. I think we lack that too much in businesses. It's too much about intelligence and IQ and logic, because not all the problems are logical. And we try to fight emotional problems with logic, you know, it doesn't work, seriously. And think about this: you come home after a day's work and you talk to your spouse, and the person is just venting, saying something, and you try to solve the problem for them and they get upset. Well, because it wasn't a logical problem. Seriously. It's an emotional problem, but it sounds logical, because how do you speak emotionally? Right? That's body language, eyes, tone of voice, you know, like that. If you know a person, you pay attention to them, you're gonna know what state they're in. If you pay attention and you trust that. Companies who do that, they become successful. I'm telling you right now, that's the key to the future. That's real operational excellence. The rest is an engineering design, right? And I am an engineer, I'm a recovering engineer, you can say. So the point is that I don't believe that engineering solutions are the way to the future. It's getting the combination of engineering and the people's passion to it. That's the way to the future. So after working on the business, the transformation happens, and we're going to look in the next episode on what do you do when you work in the business, how is that actually happening, and what is the challenges with that. So like and share this video for me, share it to as many people as you can, and send me an email. Let me know what you think, and let's discuss this a little bit and see how IQ and EQ can become unity and results for you. And again, thank you so much for listening.